Now let's take a look at how Dreamweaver can handle disjointed rollovers. This time in Dreamweaver, I'm going to create a file from scratch, so let's choose File New, New File, and let's double click it. So now we're inside the Dreamweaver document window, and I want to take advantage of this time creating a disjointed rollover using layers and what Dreamweaver calls a tracing image. If we go into the Modify menu in Dreamweaver and we choose Page Properties, this is where we can set up the properties for our page. But I want to draw your attention to the Tracing Image section. This is where if we click the Browse button, we can actually bring in an image in the GIF, JPEG, or Fireworks Source PNG format so that we can use that image to trace over it. If I draw your attention to the preview window here in my dialog box, I actually have a mock-up or a comp that I've created in Fireworks laying out the graphical components of my web page. I'm going to use this by selecting it. I'm not even going to copy it to my images folder in my defined website because it's not really a part of my website. I'm just going to use it to trace over. And you'll notice once I insert this tracing image, it looks like I have an image on my page when in fact all it is serving as a template for me to trace. Now I will go ahead and get out from my window menu the Objects panel. We can use the Objects panel in Dreamweaver to access all kinds of buttons and options that are available to us as a shortcut in this panel. In fact, most of these options can be accessed from the Insert menu. I'm going to use the Draw Layer button from the Objects panel, simply to trace and draw what's called a layer right over my tracing template. Once I create that layer, you'll see it's simply just, when I select it, a bounding box that I can freely position on the page wherever I want. I can also colorize that layer. On my property inspector, you'll see I have a background color option. I can select it and use the eyedropper tool to pick up that color. Now I've created a layer and colorized it directly over my template.